Hey everyone, so this is my 38-week vlog, and I feel bad because the last time I feel like I complained so much, but I really think that I am having just the worst experience this pregnancy with my medical care provider. So let's see, how have I been feeling? I've been feeling really nauseous, a lot of pressure in my butt. I've been having contractions on and off. Let me see. Yesterday and the day before, I had contractions all day. It started at like 9 in the morning on Wednesday and went all through the day. They would get consistent and then they would kind of like slow down. Had them all night, had them all the next day. And for a while they were like 5 minutes apart for almost 2 hours. So because of what my nurse practitioner told me the last time, and I got in trouble and got my feelings hurt and everything, I was like, you know what, I should just go in and get checked. So last night at like 8:30 I went in, and another bad experience. So I went in and they renovated the place, so it's like really nice. But she put me in a room and left me there for probably like half an hour, 40 minutes before even saying anything or doing anything. And the nurse was just so, it seemed like she was really bothered, like I was like bothering her. And so she told me to like pee in a cup and blah, blah, blah. And when she came back, because I had already been there for probably like an hour, I was like, oh, I was just wondering if anyone was going to be able to check me, because they had put me on the monitor and stuff like that, and I wasn't sure if they just automatically check you every time you went in or what. So I mean, I'm always quite really nice to like any nurse, or like when I go to the store or stuff. I worked in service for so long that I know how it is when people come in and they just come at you mean and stuff. So I usually like am overly nice, but anyway, so I was like really nice to her, trying to talk to her and stuff. And so I was like, oh, I was just wondering if someone was going to check me. And she got so mad. She comes up to me and like sticks her fingers in my face, and she's like, one, you are not the first person here, and there's all these people in front of you, and there's only one midwife on duty, and she's in delivery for someone who's giving birth to a real baby. And then she's like, two, you've only been on the monitor for so and so minutes and blah blah blah. And three, even if she is going to check you, there's all these people ahead of you, and after she delivers this baby, she's going to have to start with them, and you're at the end of the line, blah blah blah. And she was like in my face. And so normally I don't ever say anything back. Like, people can say mean things to me, and I think just in the moment I don't say anything back, which is very different from how I used to be, because I used to be all up in people's faces. But I think I just was fed up. So I was like, you know what? I was just asking you a question, and a simple yes or no would have been good enough. And she was just like, and she's like walking back and forth like through the room, like getting stuff. And she was just like, well, I just don't understand, people come in here and expect this and this and this. And I said, you know what? I normally wouldn't have come in, but my last appointment, my nurse practitioner made me feel really bad and basically yelled at me, telling me that I need to come in if I have contractions 5 minutes apart. And I said, and this is why I don't want to come in, because I am treated poorly and you are acting like I am such a big bother to you. And I was just asking you a question, and I feel like you have now made it very uncomfortable for me. So anyway, she ended up just like walking out of the room, and I was just like, what in the world is going on? Like, I'm nice to these people. So anyways, so after her telling me that I'm at the end of the line, blah blah blah, a midwife comes in 5 seconds later, And thank the Lord, she was like the nicest midwife I have ever met. And she was just like, how are you doing? How are you feeling? And I'm sorry that you're in pain. You know, what are your contractions like? And she just spent good quality time talking to me. And she checked me, and she checked to make sure that, you know, I wasn't leaking amniotic fluid or anything. And the whole time that mean nurse was in there, because she had to type everything on the computer. And I don't know if it's because the midwife was so nice to me, or she was like scared I was gonna like report her or something. After the midwife left, you know, she had to fill out all these like questions and stuff. All of a sudden, she was like super overly nice to me and like chit-chatting it up and like asking me all these questions and being like really nice to me. And I was just like, I was like so over it by that point. But anyways, no changes. I'm still pregnant. So basically it's like the same thing. Could happen today, could happen in 2 weeks. So I really think because they have put it in my mind that I was going to have this baby early, that I kept thinking I was going to be early. So now this morning I woke up and I was like, you know what? I am just going to tell myself my due date is in 2 weeks. So I am just going to say I'm having this baby in 2 weeks, because I've been so anxious. And I think that's been really hard for me, because every day I'm like, oh, it's going to happen today. And so I've just kind of put it out of my mind, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to have this baby in 2 weeks, and if it comes earlier, that's fine, but I'm not expecting it anymore, because I feel like before it was like every 2 seconds I was like, oh, is this it? Is like, did my water break? So I have to say I've been kind of emotional. It's been hard because it feels totally different than my first two, and it's very painful, and my back has been killing me so much. And I actually have 2 herniated discs, and throughout the pregnancy it's actually been manageable and it's been okay, but at the end here I am dying, and I feel like my whole body is like aching and just tired. So that is me at 38 weeks. Let me think. What else is interesting? I've probably gained maybe like 25 pounds altogether so far as of the last visit. The gestational diabetes that they say I have, I really do not believe I have it. Because my doctor was like, oh, you can just slowly introduce your normal diet as long as your numbers are okay. And I eat anything and everything, and I haven't had a high reading yet. So that is that, and we're just like really excited. I've been really trying to just like savor moments with my kids right now. Like today I just like was this close to my son, and I was just like staring at his face forever, because they're so perfect. They couldn't be any more perfect, and I just love them so much. And so it's like weird, because I don't know what this baby's gonna look like, because my son looks exactly like me, my daughter looks exactly like my husband, so this baby could just totally not look like anybody. So that's just kind of like interesting. I'll show you my stomach. This is me at 38 weeks. I feel I'm scared to have this big saggy belly after this, but I'm gonna have one more hopefully after this. And the nurse was, it's so funny because people always ask you, oh, is this your first baby? Is this just, you know, like, what baby is this for you? And when I say it's my third, they're like, the nurse yesterday was like, so you're getting your tubes tied right after, right? And I was like, no. I was like, I think I want to have one more. People always look at me like I'm crazy, but I don't know how, like, if it was up to me, I would have like 20 kids. I'd be the Duggards. So that is basically it, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.